Hello and welcome to our Salesforce United episode, a podcast about Salesforce and people who work with it. Here we discuss engineering discoveries, professional secrets, and careers of our guests. My name is 𝐒𝐚𝐥𝐞𝐬𝐿 𝐒𝐚𝐥𝐿. I'm a Salesforce enthusiast and, to my delight, your host.
Dear listeners and guests, welcome to our podcast. My name is Olga Dmitrieva, a Salesforce software testing engineer. In this podcast, we aim to delve into the world of Salesforce and provide our audience with valuable insights from the industry's best experts and professionals. And it is my great pleasure today to introduce a highly esteemed member of our Salesforce community, our guest speaker, Eugene Konstantinov. Eugene is a head of Salesforce practice at EPAM Systems. Moreover, he is a highly skilled and accomplished organizational and engineering manager with a proven track record as a people manager and a solution architect, with over 9 years of practical experience in the Salesforce ecosystem. Hello, Eugene. We really appreciate you being with us today.
Hi there. Hi, Olga. Hi, Olga as well. Nice to meet you guys here, and I'm ready for your questions. Hope it will be interesting for our listeners.
Great. So Dan, I would like to start with your career shift, because you started as software engineer and then grew towards the head of the practice. So what motivated this transition, and what was the main reason behind it?
Let's make a step back. And as you said, I started as a software engineer like almost 10 years ago, or maybe more. And I went through this journey like the software engineer. Then I was involved more into the kind of Salesforce consultant responsibilities, plus architect stuff. And probably it was logically for me, like I already passed the software engineer journey. I already achieved some results. I passed not passed, because the architect is something that you can grow every day. But as for myself, I saw the perspective for me to manage people more than be a technical guy. But still, I want to be a technical guy. And it was the great opportunity for me to join EPAM as the software engineer manager, because some part of me on all my journey was about how I was interested in how to manage and leading people, make them better, grow the organization. So that's why I'm here, and it's great that I had enough capabilities to grow in this role and join this title. That's long story short.
And in light of the previous question about the management, I would like to ask you about the dual responsibilities. How do you manage to balance your technical expertise with the managerial responsibilities during your work?
Actually, it's kind of going in a natural way. So since I have this technical background, I would say it's following. In the places and situations where I need to use my technical background, I'm able to use it. Every time I need to remember that I'm about the organization development. Even if I have some technical background, so it's better to share it with someone and let these people do anything that probably will be important for our organization. It's kind of the creation of the mentoring program, it's some courses, etc. So using the technical background, it's easier to speak with the people who is in my team. They're mostly technical people, and they can be ensured that I'm with them. I know what about I'm speaking. And so I would answer the following. So the usage of the technical background helps me to motivate and encourage people to do something for organization. Because again, so we are developers mostly. I was a developer, and we can find this points, connect them, and the people it will be more trust if you have the technical background and ask people to do something in terms of the organization development.
Great. So thank you very much. It is a really powerful skill set for doing something very special for the organization you're working for. Okay, Eugen, and could you please tell me, how do you approach building and leading a high-performing team, especially with remote teams? Because we all know that a high-performing team is very crucial for business success.
Yeah, it's a good one and a tough one at the same time, because when people all remote, and in EPAM we are almost all our people working remotely from different countries, from different cities, it's very crucial to be ensured that people at least communicate with themselves, between themselves, with their management, with their resource managers, etc., etc. So in our case, so first of all, we have some regular meetings where people can talk to each other, or talk to myself, asking questions. I can provide an update. My resource managers that in my organization structure doing the same. So it's the first step, how to keep people in communication with each other. So also sometimes we are, it's not specifically for my organization, but I believe it helps people to also feel that they are in a company, that they are in some practice, etc. We are conducting some events in terms of the Salesforce United, where we have speakers, people join such kind of events, listen something, so they are aware what happens in the Salesforce practice, and they see that we are growing, we are moving forward. We are trying to involve people in the different initiatives. It's also very important. So you are like on remote, you are at home, you are not in office, you don't see your colleagues. But when you start working on initiatives, you can see and collaborate with the colleagues, for example, from a different project, and you are not able to meet them, like in the office, on the coffee point, and something like that. You can speak about like initiative or some other side topics, etc. So it's something how we can organize. Also in EPAM, globally, again, it's not related only to the Salesforce practice or specific organization. We have events, like well-being events, sometimes offline events that every EPAMer is welcome, and where people can communicate also with each other. So I believe this can at least keep people on the good level of the communications, even if they are on the remote, full remote for someone. So that's something that we are trying to keep in our organization and grow.
So during your career, I'm sure you've overcome different challenges, and it would be interesting to compare which main technical challenges you've overcome as developing in this career, and then which managerial challenges you've overcome as head of the practice.
They are completely different. So the technical challenges, I would not say like very straightforward, right? But if you found the root cause, it's like some kind of the logical steps to resolve this issue. When we speak about the management and all these kind of things, so we are working with the people. Every person is like very individual with what they are looking for, with the expectations, etc. And it's really harder to resolve issues that related to the people, because first of all, you need to understand the nature of the issue, and if next steps related to the issue with another person, so we have like any kind of conflict, etc. So it's 10 or 100 times harder than resolving standard technical issues, bugs, whatever it is. So it's my opinion, because working with the people, it's every time harder rather than resolving the technical issues. I would not like to say that the technical issues are very simple. Yeah, it also can be very hard to understand the nature of the issue. It will be really hard to find the right way, especially if we speak about the issues in architecture, like there's the baseline for the any kind of application project or whatever. But yeah, so the managerial stuff and the issues regarding to the people management, they are like more complex, and it needs to like really work on 100% of your brain power to understand the nature of the issue and resolve it.
And if to talk about the technical issues you have just mentioned, we still have a lot of interesting questions. And really, I would like to move to some technical aspects of our today's conversation. We all know that in any Salesforce project, the choice between custom development and the implementation of a third-party tool requires careful consideration. And how do you manage the trade-off, the choice between custom development and using a third-party tool in Salesforce projects?
Actually, it should be not only 2 points, but 3. So first, it's the development declarative one, like using the platform capabilities, like the flows, the process builder, some other stuff. Then custom development and third-party apps. Usually, it's some applications from AppExchange. And so this is like the question that always need to be resolved before the start of the project. But again, so let's look on this from a different angles. We have some metrics that we need to consider. So first of all, it's a budget. Then it's the maintainability and probably scalability, of the feature or solution that we would like to implement using some tool. Like we have 3 tools, let's call it tools. So we need to understand what we would like to achieve, how we can manage it in the future, we or the customer. Very simple example. For example, if we are speaking about the e-signature solutions, I don't see any reason to implement your own, because we already have like the DocuSign, Adobe Sign, so like really complex applications that, from my understanding, fulfill all the customer needs. And it will be like waste of time and money if you will start doing as the custom development. From the other side, if we speak about some tool or feature that customer requires us to implement, and it's related to, to task management or to the any other day-to-day operations process or invoicing. So then also we need to think about like, okay, so the task management, customer would like to track somehow in a different way tasks in a Salesforce, not as it presented as an out-of-the-box feature. So definitely it will be tons of the AppExchange applications, right? But usually it's the managed packages that you can customize, but it will involve more efforts from the development side, or sometimes it will not be possible because of the managed package that you cannot change the code inside, and probably some features will be not customizable by customer request, because I don't remember like any application except of some very specific one. And as I mentioned, like DocuSign for the e-signature or Conga Composer for the document generation. I can remember that the application will fulfill the customer requirements on 100%. So, and the customer can like back to you and say, okay, that works fine, but we need some adjustments specifically to our business process. And if you realize that you are not able to do it because of its managed package, so next steps, to contact the vendor that provides it, its additional efforts, additional budget, etc., etc. In this case, the custom development is the better choice. Let's try to sum up it. We need to consider at least like 3 metrics. It's a budget, its maintainability, and its scalability, depending on the current project, current customer, and what customer is expecting from this functionality. Because usually Salesforce, what Salesforce suggests, it's kind of first try to use the standard platform tools to implement some process, feature, whatever it is. Then look onto the App Exchange, and only after that, like doing the custom coding. Because sometimes custom coding also not good for the customer, because your customer cannot have like the Salesforce team. And every change, if the process is highly customized, will lead the customer to additional budget spends and looking for the vendors if you're like stopped your relationship like 2 years ago, etc. So every time it should be balanced, and it should be decision again based on the metrics that you can compare, analyze, and because sometimes it can be hybrid, like the custom development plus the development using the platform tools. Because if you need to like simply add some field or do some simple process, you can implement it as a flow that can be then easily managed by administrator. But if you put all the business logic into the code, the maintenance costs, the efforts will be definitely high. So yeah, it should be balanced.
Great. I guess that there was a question many people would like to know the answer, but it always varies from that. There is no universal.
Yeah, it comes with experience, and it's the like task for the tech leads on the project, architects, to like understand like how this or that task or feature will be implemented.
And if to talk about implementation, how do you ensure that your development team is up to date with the best practices for Apex development, and how do you approach testing and quality assurance for Salesforce projects?
So, well, I would say that I'm not so deeply involved in such questions. I more rely on the my resource managers, the experienced guys who are leading almost all the group of the developers. But what we have, so we are trying to help people to be more familiar and be up to date. Like how? First of all, we are pushing every time people to pass certificates and maintain certificates. So because, for instance, the maintenance is a great way to know and understand what was in the previous release. At least not for whole release, it's better to read the release notes, but again, you will find in a trailhead when you will maintain your certification, administrator or developer one, you will find the main features that you need to point your attention, and sometimes even do the practice tasks on that. Also, we are prepared a lot of training and learning programs that can help people if even they think or they feel that they have some gaps in any kind of area of the development, in integration, in front-end development with the LWC, in the working with some Experience Cloud features. We have the mentoring program where people can join and learn with the mentors, with the experienced mentors in such particular area. So definitely we have some room for the improvements, and I do have some ideas about the initiatives, how to keep people up to date on the announcements, on the different notifications. But yeah, so that's probably it.
We have another one question concerning different technical aspects and the process of development. And I would like to ask you, how do you usually prioritize technical debt and refactoring work in Salesforce projects?
Again, it's not something that I'm working with right now, but from my experience, that it should be a balance between delivering the user stories, delivering the features, delivering the sprints, etc., with the fixing of the technical debt. Actually, the better solution to do not have this technical debt, right? So you'll have more time and full sprint dedicated to development of the features that need to be delivered to the customer. And so the probably first step is try to prevent this technical debt, right? So for this, it should be very clear development processes that set it up on the project with the continuous iteration, continuous delivery, with the code reviews in place, with the static code analyzers that before you commit the code or even after commit, they can show you obvious gaps in your coding, right? So it's the first step, well-organized development processes on a project that can decrease the technical debt. It cannot completely remove it, but it helps to at least to avoid any stupid issues, any kind of things that not follow the Salesforce best practices that can lead to the exceptions, that can lead to the reaching Apex governor limits, etc. Also, speaking about the technical debt, it's the option number 2 is to think before doing something, and it's mostly related, first of all, for the technical leads and the people that are acting as architects to find the right tools and how to implement this particular epic or this particular feature or whatever it is. It also helps to avoid unneeded code writing, etc., etc. So, and about the prioritization, so again, it depends, and it should be a balance, because our first task and what we are looking for is to deliver some functionality to the customer in time. And if you will be focused fully on the technical debt, so definitely it will decrease your delivery time, your amount of the delivery, because you know that when you try to fix something, fix technical debt, it can lead to another issues and the bugs in already working code. So, and it depends on the projects, and I think the delivery manager, together with the technical leads of the projects, need to understand how it can be split between sprints to not affect delivery, but still working on this technical debt. And it's very crucial to track this technical debt, by the way, because I saw some projects where all the people knows that there is a technical debt. It's the issues in with the test classes, it's issues with the integration, but no one tracked this. And everyone knows that it is, but anyone don't know what is the amount of this and how much effort the team will need to, for example, fix it in the future. Again, so clear processes on the project, especially development processes, tracking of the technical debt, and think before you describing features, start developing, try to think how you will do it, what issues you can have potentially. And using these 3 pillars, I believe you can decrease the number of technical debt and work with it effectively.
Speaking of Salesforce in general, because there are so many new features, what are some of these features in the latest release of Salesforce that you are most excited about?
Can't recognize that it was something great in the previous release in the summer on the current one, but in my mind what I have is the scale center. So it's the kind of application inside of your org that help you to track your performance. So application by Salesforce for the Salesforce performance analyzer. And I think it's great because when I was a developer, this was every time it was time effort to understand the performance of your application. You need to add some add-ons to your browser, you need to use some third-party tools, etc. It was the time consuming. So I believe that this scale center will help to quickly see the performance of the whole application, not only your particular feature. It will help also to have a more clear picture about org health, because definitely if you're auditing org, you can look at the code, you can probably see some issues, you can see issues in a data structure or data model, but it's hard to say very quick what about the performance. So I didn't deep dive in this tool, but I believe this tool can cover a lot of expectations that were previously about how we can test performance on Salesforce. Especially I believe it's related to the integrations, it's related to the work of the sites that based on the Experience Cloud. So that's probably the most interesting feature in summer 2023.
Thank you very much, Eugen. A lot of really valuable information from your side, technical information, and a lot of insights from your side. And now we are moving, I guess, to the most admired part of our podcast. Crucial and motivating questions for our audience is always about career advice. So I would like to ask you, what advice do you have for other engineers who may be interested in pursuing a career in Salesforce practice or management?
First of all, I don't think that I can provide any kind of recommendation and suggestion that are related only to the Salesforce. It will be related to any person who would like to grow as the engineer, right? So it's very simple. So you need to simply learn. I would not say every day, as you can see in some publics and articles, but you need to constantly learn all about your technology that we are working on. It's the general advice for any engineer, for any developer, how to keep your level of the knowledge on the top level. Actually, if someone would like to switch from the other technologies to the Salesforce, so my suggestion probably is to, first of all, to think about that you will work with a platform that have limitations, and clearly check them, review them, understand if you are able to work with such limitations. Because if we're speaking about some general programming languages like Java, .NET, etc., a lot of things that you are limited in a Salesforce are kind of ridiculous for guys from the other technologies. So first of all, you need to think about if you are ready to work with the platform with the limitations, etc. But if we speak about the advantages, so you need to know that the Salesforce is always about the business. So we are working on the projects that related to cover some business needs, and you will not work with the some creation of the fancy applications like startups, etc. Most of all, it's a work with the business clients, a lot of stuff related to the legacy code, etc. But in the same time, it's interesting because you can familiarize yourself with some business areas that you are probably cannot meet if you are like working as the only developer who are creating sites or some things that are not related to the business processes. And it's my recommendation for all developers who is working on any project, on any technology. If you are developing some feature, you're writing a code, try to think from the business perspective what this feature gives you to your customer from the business point of view. It's not only like integrate this system and this system, but try to understand why this integration happens, or what kind of the processes behind this. So it helps you to grow not only as a technical guy, but also as a person who understands some business domains, etc. And probably in the future, it will help you to switch to the architect role, because the architects, it's usually people who not only know very clear and on a good level the technical details, they understand this and that from the business side, at least some basic processes, how it works in healthcare, how it works in insurance. Second part, managers. Again, so if you would like to switch to the manager, you need to ask yourself if you are ready to work with the people, because manager, it's always work with the people, resolving some issues, gaps, encouraging someone to do something, because it's easy to do something by yourself, because I need to do it, I like to do it, etc. But it's more harder to encourage someone to do this, especially when person is not interested. So you need to think that you need to be ready to try to understand the people motivation, play with this motivation, etc. And one more important point, that the manager role, it's a role where you'll not be told by anyone in 18% what you need to do. So you need to understand the direction and, let's say, prepare the tasks by yourself to yourself. No one will tell you that you need to do this and that. It's not like a task in a Jira that described by the business analyst that you need to implement feature that needs to support the following, for example, sub features. So every time you need to look on your organization, you need to understand what the weak points of different processes, staffing, learning, etc. And you need to build a roadmap and improve such things. So again, it's the work that not related to the you received task, you did it, completed. Not. It can be constantly constant process of the delivering some tasks, some processes in your organization without, I would not say that completely without any guidance, because all the managers has also managers. But again, the main point that you need to be proactive. You are not looking on, and you are not sitting and waiting for any tasks that will someone give to you. You need to generate this task for yourself, for your team, and implement them. So that's the very important point if you would like to go into the managerial role. So first of all, you need to be ready to work with the people, not only with your pool, with the other managers from the different organization inside of your organization, from organization outside your organization. And also you need to be ensure that you are proactive and you can understand what needs to be done for organization and start implementation of it without any kind of like direct guidance. Please organize the learnings for the Salesforce practice. It's not how it works.
Thank you so much for such. I think that's the fullest answer we've ever gotten to such a question. So we can close this question now. Okay, and speaking about Salesforce, what still excites you about the platform, and maybe some future features you would like to see as a leader and maybe as an engineer as well? What cool functionality of Salesforce is still curious for you?
Actually, I'm excited that if we compare like Salesforce 10 years ago when I just joined this Salesforce world and what we have right now, I'm excited how platform that now that Salesforce that covers almost all, I believe all the business needs, starting from the sales service, finishing with the marketing and the usage of the artificial intelligence and BI tools, because the Tableau was acquired by Salesforce. So, and I'm excited that platform is growing. I'm very curious what will be next, because if now like all the business needs are covered with the bunch of different platforms, I'm curious what will be next. I see that the Salesforce right now trying to combine the different products into some specific solutions that can be provided to the customer. For example, it's the data cloud that unites the CDP and some other features. It's the revenue cloud that was presented probably already 2 years ago that includes CPQ as the main platform and some other features. Also, I'm excited that the Salesforce also focused on the industrial solutions. So I'm referring to the Velocity and the different Velocity products that are fully focused on the industries like healthcare, insurance, wealth management, etc. So that's what I like. That's why I'm excited by working in this ecosystem. So what I'm expecting, again, I'm curious because looks like all this stuff is covered. Probably it's as we have right now in all the technologies, more usage of the GPT stuff. But yes, so that's it, I believe.
Finalizing our today's great episode, we always ask these questions our guests because we're fascinated about who they are, not only what they do. So, Eugen, would you mind sharing with us your favorite book, your favorite movie, and your favorite song?
I would say it's 2 books. It's the Master and Margarita and Lord of the Rings, the trilogy. The movie also Lord of the Rings. The song Rammstein Sonne.
Thank you very much for joining us today. I think that this talk was full of insights about career transition, organizational management, engineering, and Salesforce solutions. We hope that this discussion has provided you with valuable information and has sparked new ideas for your own professional journey, because there are endless opportunities waiting for us. Thank you very much and have a nice day and stay with us.
Thank you all. Thank you for both Olga and Olga for this podcast, and I hope it will be interesting for our listeners. And if you have any questions to me directly, so you can find me in LinkedIn, or if you're a farmer, you can find me in our Telescope.
Thank you. Thank you to our listeners. And as always, if you like what we do not forget to share it, like on all platforms. And if you like to also share your experience, then reach out to us on LinkedIn or wherever you can and become our next guest. Bye bye.